Hey, this is a demo of the product, so I can show you how the product works and what it's all about. So let me actually, in fact, log out and show you from the start. This website is GermanPrep. This is my welcome page or the home page. People can come in and log in or sign up. In this case, I already have an account, so I will log in. So once I sign in, I see these three options in my dashboard. So I can practice either for the German or like the grammar part or the reading part or the writing part. I can also train vocabulary and sentences using flashcard. So I will give you another demo for the grammar test. For example, I can start the practice test. When I call test, it's just really a practice exercise. And then I can read this thing and I need to put the correct German preposition here. So restaurant gehen, ob, for example, so I can highlight these words to determine, okay, these are based on these three words, this ob is best suited. There's also this feature for tips where people can see, okay, when you should correctly use this while proposition or this proposition or this proposition. So these are like hints or tips that users can use to learn. And then similarly, you go to the next one and the question 2. So they're like total 5 questions. And you just keep practicing until you have finished this practice session, which consists of 5 questions. So this is the last question. Let's say based on this, I say, okay, this is the correct answer. And then I submit. And once I submit, I get the score, again, like how I performed or some evaluation. So I got 2 questions answers wrong and 3 were correct. I can even review my answers. So for example, I selected the incorrect answer. The correct one was this. And then it explains the grammar rule behind why this is the correct answer and why is it correct and why the answer that I chose is wrong. And then some helpful tips and common mistakes that people make while, answering this type of German question or this German concept. Same with the other question that I got wrong. So this is how the users of my app can practice the grammar test. There's also the vocab that I can quickly show. For example, here people can practice the vocabulary. So they will be given a German word and then they will have to, based on their memory and recall, write that best translation. And then, for example, in this case, my answer was incorrect. So it says, okay, this does not mean believe, it means to certify. And then I can go to the next one. And then I can also say cleanliness. This word means cleanliness, which probably is wrong. And it means legume, which is like a food to eat. Zug means train in German. So if I get it correct, then it says, okay, my answer was correct. And that's how, and then in the top, people can see all the stats. So I have the spaced repetition algorithm implemented, which allows people to, practice the vocab that they're weak at with streaks and stuff. They can even look at the statistics of how many words they're currently learning, what their level is, and when they will review it next time, right? Another nice feature is basically the reading exam, where the users of my app are given a paragraph of German text, and then they have to read and understand it, hopefully, and then they need to select the best title. So based on reading this thing and highlighting some keywords, let's say I determine that, okay, this is not the correct answer. This doesn't seem, maybe this is the answer that I think is correct. I will, I can strike out the answers that I think are not correct, and then I can just keep on going. So this is like a full-blown, like a long test. It contains around 15 questions. So I'm going to just quickly go through you to show the final output. But yeah, so this is the part 1 of the exam, you can see. And then once 5 questions are done, I get taken to the part 2, which is like a bit longer. The difficulty level increases. This is a bit longer. It needs to understand the deep details to figure out. So this part has like 3 questions. And then once user has answered these 3 questions, after like reading and understanding and highlighting it, right, they will get taken to the final part of the exam, which is all about actually finding the best right word. So let me just finish this. Question number 5 is done. I will be taken to part 3 of the exam. Here I need to, given the situation, pick the best ad word from a newspaper. Let's say like the ad word is like, it looks like a ad from a newspaper. So that's like testing the real world skills on how students are people who are practicing German, like with their grammar and understanding of the language and their reading skills. So let's say this situation is about buying a new laptop. So this new laptop matches this. So this is the correct title, seems to be. And then I can just similarly practice this. So there are like 10 questions in this part. If I think the title doesn't match, I can pick none as well. And like really practice the reading exam like this. So once I have finished, I'm gonna just quickly go through all the 10 questions so to finish this exercise off as well. And then this is the final one. Like let's say I pick this one, and once I have fixed this, obviously in this demo I did poorly because I didn't pay attention to the text and then didn't answer it properly. But like, yeah, this is the score I got out of 75, and obviously I need 60% marks to you know, like at least consider myself that I have done good in this practice test. And I can even again similarly review my answers here, so you can see like, okay, why my answer was correct, what is the correct solution, the explanation, and why my answer was specifically wrong. And so this is all about that. I can review all my mistakes, and this is quite nice for people to improve. Another part is actually the writing exam, where you know, we allow the users of our app, we give them 30 minutes, and then you know, they have a letter that from the imaginary friend that they have received. For example, a person is planning a summer holiday, and it's visiting you, and then as a German learner, I need to write a letter back to them or email back to them, you know, helping them about, you know, how they can prepare for the summer vacation. So I can write, okay, lieber Freund, and then I can just write a bunch of other stuff. For example, I can say ich hoffe alles gut. Bei dir, es ist sehr schön, dass du nach Berlin kommst, which means like it is very nice that you're coming to Berlin. And like I can even take notes here, so I can just say, okay, the weather in summer is really good in Berlin, for example. And then these are the notes that I can take to, you know, help me structure my text. Ich bin sicher, dass wir zusammen viel Spaß machen. That means that we will together have a lot of fun. And when you visit me in Berlin, for example, right? So I can tell them, schreib mir, write me, wenn du Zeit hast, right? And then, you know, mit freundlichen Grüßen. I can just write my name like this, and then once this is there, we even allow the users to like review this, evaluate this thing, and then, you know, correct whatever letter they have written, like correct their mistakes based on that. So this was the letter, they had 25 minutes, and then, you know, if I make a mistake, I see, okay, this is how I can improve it. And yeah, if a particular sentence is grammatically or structure is incorrect, we will highlight that. For example, this is not the correct grammatical structure. For example, the word schon is incorrect, and it's just correcting it with saying, okay, this is the correct you know, spelling of the word. So it highlights it quite nicely, and it tells like the people like how you can do it. So it also helps with writing. So I hope this overall give you a quick demo. I am obviously constantly improving this app and like, you know, making it better and better, improving the UI and UX. So just to help the users of my app just prepare for German and improve the German, as much as they can and as easily as they can. So yeah, that's the core value of my app, and I hope it clarifies the business that I'm trying to sell through the app that I'm trying to sell to my end users through Lemon Squeezy. Thank you so much. Yeah.